Welcome to the 2020 Economic Recession and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this November 19th, Thursday edition as we head toward another weekend. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to get the latest financial and economic news that is going to affect us all one way or the other. Well, here we are coming toward the holiday season and the close of 2020, and jobless claim filings continue to pick up amid continued struggles in the labor market. As you know, Thursday is the big day every week that we get jobless claim numbers at exactly 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time in the morning. And for the first time, filings for unemployment benefits, initial filings totaled 742,000 last week versus the Wall Street estimate of 710,000. That's 32,000 more jobs that we lost that they were expecting, the economists and the Wall Street pundits were expecting. Continuing claims, however, fell by 429,000 to 6.37 million, a fresh pandemic-era low. But just think about that for a minute. This Thursday, today, November 19th, 2020, we've lost another 742,000 jobs. Last Thursday, we lost 700 and over 700,000 jobs too as well. So combine those two numbers in 2 weeks, that's over 1.4 million people that are jobless. So how can we have a quote-unquote booming economy or steady economy when our labor market is being decimated? And let's not even get into the pandemic because, as you know, a lot of states such as California and other states are following suit, are going to be adding even more restrictions as we go into 2021 because of this pandemic. And this is irrespective of a vaccine coming to the rescue next summer or even the fall. That's assuming that even works. So we are in a pickle here. Ladies and gentlemen, 742,000 jobs. There's some cities that don't even have a population of 700. The city proper doesn't even have a population of 742,000. That's like a whole city out of work. That's like the city of Miami proper, the city itself population. That's like that out of work. Or having the city, of Indianapolis or any size city out of work. Half or more of the city is out of work. That is extremely troublesome. Now, the issue that we have also is that in addition to the initial claims going steady, every week we've been losing 700-something thousand jobs every week. We also have not been creating new jobs. So we have these graduates that are coming out of school, fall, winter, and spring, graduating from college or graduate school or whatever, and they're not being able to find jobs that are going to be able to pay them a sufficient amount to pay back their student loans. And that's why, of course, President-elect Biden is talking about student loan forgiveness and all of that. But he has a lot on his plate because right now, as you've heard this week, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says that he does not going to extend the CARES Act portion of these loans that the banks make to the bonds, municipal bonds, the treasuries. He doesn't want to extend that past December 31st. So be on the lookout too for things not being extended, and your stimulus check, if we even get a stimulus check. Some of us didn't get the first one or the second one, but this next stimulus check, don't even look for it until March, in late February, beginning of March, if we even get one, because once the stimulus runs out on Main Street, once the stimulus runs out on Wall Street, we are in some dire straits in this economy, and anyone who tells you differently is lying, because you can automatically see, and these are the adjusted numbers. When they say 700, the number for unemployment? 742,000. These are the adjusted numbers. It could well over be 1 million people in 1 week that are losing jobs, okay? And a matter of fact, if last week in Texas, just how bad the unemployment system was, last week in Dallas, Texas, there was a food bank line of 6,000 cars getting Thanksgiving food and everything because people were desperate trying to get, food and stuff like that. And now, just today, the states around D.C., Maryland and Virginia and New Jersey, they have issued, the governors there have issued a plan where big box stores like your Costco's, your BJ's, your Sam's, Target. They're making mandates for more inspections to make sure they're following quote unquote social distancing and keeping supplies, limiting people to supplies of how many tuna cans they can get, or how many waters they can get, how many generators they can get, or whatever, because they know what's coming ahead, and that's going to be absolute chaos in this market and in this economy. So continue to prepare, because this is just the beginning. We're only in the second inning of this collapse. And these jobless numbers have not gone down in the last. This is going on the 10th month. This is going on the 9th or 10th month that we've been in this pandemic. The 9th or 10th month that we're losing over 500,000 jobs per week. And so I just don't see how things are going to be going good for this economy. And now that the stimulus that the Federal Reserve Bank has been hesitant to issue stimulus. They want to keep rates low, interest rates low, but they're hesitant to implement stimulus. This is just going to create a disaster for the next incoming president. If that is, we don't even know who the president is. I mean, they declared it as Biden, but we don't know that officially until December 14th, until the Electoral College meets and makes it kind of like somewhat official. But until then, we don't know. So this whole thing is up in the air. So we have not only do we have this job loss, but now, who's going to be buying houses? Who's going to be buying presents and things for this holiday season? As a matter of fact, U.S. retail sales missed expectations in October. U.S. retail sales increased less than expected in October and could slow further as more infections and declining household income takes a hold of this economy. Listen, we've got a major situation here. So everybody talking about, for your kids, talking about going out and buying a PlayStation 5 or going out and getting a new Playhouse or something, that's fine. But you need to be preparing for what's coming after that, because it's going to be absolutely brutal. Excluding automobiles, gasoline, building materials, and food services, retail sales nudged up 0.1% after a downwardly revised 0.09 increase in September. The cases have been exceeding 100,000 since early this month, pushing the number of infections in the U.S. above 11 million people. So, with consumers avoiding crowded places like bars, restaurants, gyms, hotels, retail stores, and getting more online, this is going to make an absolute disaster. What about the tax? Imagine how much tax and rent revenue these cities and counties and townships are losing in these businesses, small businesses that are not coming back. Imagine all of the people who are losing benefits next month when a government-funded program for the self-employed, gig workers, and others who do not qualify for the regular state unemployment expires. Imagine the rent and mortgage moratorium expiring on December 31st, and we go into this new year without that being renewed. If Treasury Secretary Mnuchin cuts that for the Main Street facility as well, we could be looking at a depression for real coming up in 2021. A second stimulus package is unlikely before President Joe Biden takes office in January. And so once again, we're looking at a late February, March timeline for any type of Main Street stimulus. And credit cards and credit cards interest rates are up. Credit card balances are up. The average American family owes about $8,000 on the credit cards combined. We are looking at the greatest depression ever, and it's just starting. Like I said, all of this is coming together. We're just waiting on the housing market to crash, and we're waiting on the student loan market to crash, and as well as the retail market, which is crashing right now. And online sales can only cover for so much. It cannot save an economy, the online and e-commerce sales that they've been talking about in the media and bragging about. You still need physical labor. Someone still needs to deliver those packages to your door. Planes still need to be running. Trains still need to be running. Goods and services still need to be transported to a person's house, no matter how much you stay in and lock down and say, I can just use it on the computer. Some things the computer can't do. The computer only does what you tell it to do. It's logically programmed, okay? So that's what's going to make America struggle. They don't have an economy. Our economy is not based on production, but consumption. Give me money, this for that. Quid pro quo, take money. It's not based on a real economy where we have production and consumption. We just have consumption with 2/3 of the American economy based on that. And this worldwide depression is going to start here first. I truly believe that. And Fed Chairman Jerome Powell knows that, and so he's just buying more time by trying to print up more money. But all of the money has been printed up. That's the truth. That's why this next stimulus package is only going to be $1 trillion. You know they wanted 3 or 4 trillion, but we don't have it. We're broke. We're insolvent. And so if we get $1 trillion stimulus package in next year, if we get that, it's going to be the last one, and this is going to be the last arsenal that they're going to pull out before things really get bad. And that's with or without a vaccine that most people said they're not taking anyway. But if they come up with a vaccine next year, it's still going to be disastrous. This is going to hide. It's not going to hide the sickness in this economy. That's going to be a depression. So get prepared. Stay prepared. Be blessed, everyone. I'll see you very soon. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday. If you're going anywhere, if you're staying home, enjoy yourself too as well. And I will talk to you very soon.